For the first time in almost 30 years, the big game is back in Los Angeles. Super Bowl 56 underway. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. On 1st and 10, Willis. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Steps away to his left. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, Willis. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on 2nd down. Willis. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, it's Patterson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's Patterson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Patterson on the carry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've just...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Bryan Edwards there to make the grab. And the Falcons will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Koo now for the point after.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give here to Pollard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They run with Patterson. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 8. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's brought down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and 10, Taylor now. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 35 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie now from his end zone. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Willis. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts. 65 yards.
And the Falcons continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second and 6. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw.
That's going to be caught by Allie Cox.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Willis airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now Pollard works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Willis.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Willis got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. On 3rd down, Willis rolling to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Now here's Pollard, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tony Pollard, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 62 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Throwing on 1st down. Willis eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd down, it's Patterson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout.
making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him. At the 40-yard line to start this drive. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. They'll set up a throw.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. back to throw again. Flushed out right.
Pittman with a great grab.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Colts!
Harris Campbell, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done, and it'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
They're going to try and run. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
To throw on second down, Willis. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Second down at 5.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's got room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
Tony Pollard, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here's Madison. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down in distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there, handed to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Off the play fake, Willis. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Willis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one is right through. And that will make the lead now 26.
So this one, Charles, it's only the 3rd quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know it can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it.
because otherwise you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 32. 7 the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. The closed fist to the referee, and that means 4th down. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. This one from 48 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Touchdown! Michael Pittman, 38 yards. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Patterson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. From the gun, Willis.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 28. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
They'll run with Madison. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play you did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong. I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson punching it in from a yard away.
And the Falcons are getting closer now to that ever-elusive first Super Bowl victory.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.